Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the 2022 North American and the selection of your Supreme Junior Heifer. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all the exhibitors participating tonight as they all showcase their respective breeds. Your Reserve Angus female is exhibited by Houston Faree of Sullivan, Indiana. The parents are Mitch and Amber Faree. The animal's name is Dameron C5 Enchantress. Bred by Dameron and Cassidy, and Houston's other interests include tennis and basketball. Your Reserve Grand AOB Heifer is exhibited by Claire Dorsey, age 17, of Morrow, Illinois. The parents are Brad and Beth Dorsey, and the breeder of J. Saul Dega 1053J is Sullivan's Farms. Other interests and hobbies of Claire include showing cattle as the one and only passion, including working on the family farm that is an 8th generation. Your Reserve AOB female could not be here at the time. It is exhibited by Isaac Duhan of Aberville, Louisiana. Parents of Isaac are Joshua and Bridget Duhan. The animal's name was 007 Lucy Ann Manso 23, bred by Isaac himself. Isaac's interests and hobbies include fishing and hunting. Your Reserve Grand Belted Galloway is exhibited by Lane Molliott, 15 years of age. He is from Pocahontas, Illinois, and his parents are Matt and Renee Molliott. The animal's name is Sunnybrook Rita, bred by Sunnybrook Farms. Lane's other interests include being Green Hand president of the Greenville FFA, showing pigs competitively for over 7 years, and hunting. Your Reserve Charlet female is exhibited by Alexis Miley, age 18, of Huntington, Pennsylvania. Her parents are Adam and Melissa Miley, and the animal's name is BDCC AGRF White Claw, bred by Adam Griffith and Jason Hose. Other interests include hunting and fishing. The Reserve Key Angus female is exhibited by Miller Smith, age 20, of Pendleton, Indiana. Her parents' names are Neil and Jennifer Smith. The animal's name is MMK GTC Beyonce 526J, bred by Lane and Gart. Miller is currently serving as vice president of the Maine American Junior Shorthorn Board. Your Reserve Kianina female is exhibited by Devin Morton, age 17, of Stratford, Oklahoma. Parents are Lewis and Jamie Morton, and the animal's name is Hain GCC BSC Northern Star, bred by Abe Haug and Winona of Winona, Minnesota. Other interests and hobbies include watching Oklahoma State football beat the Sooners. Go Pokes! Your Reserve Gelvy Balancer, exhibited by Avon Moon of Ellettsburg, Washington. Parents are Robert and Krista Moon. The animal's name is Gigi, bred by Russell Livestock. Other interests include showing cattle and sheep. The Reserve Grand Hereford, exhibited by Madeline Norville, age 12, of Tuttle, Oklahoma. Parents are Tyler and Beth Norville. Animal's name, GKB 2296 Elvira J206, bred by GKB Cattle. Other interests and hobbies include playing basketball, showing pigs, and supporting the best ag governor in America, Kevin Sturt from Oklahoma. The Reserve Limousine female, exhibited by Mackenzie Stadmeyer, age 16, of Dayton, Pennsylvania. Parents' names are Bob and Tiffany Stradmeyer. The animal's name is FBFL Jolene, bred by Freebird Farms of Tennessee. Other interests of Mackenzie include showing sheep and goats at the national level, and she plans on attending Blackhawk East in the fall of 2023. She has been showing since she was 8 years old. Your Reserve Maine Angus female, exhibited by Turner Longaker, age 18, of Kellyville, Oklahoma. Parents are Jamie and John Longaker. Animal's name is JRDA Lady Gamer 991J, bred by Jared and Blaine Arthur and Lucky Strike Cattle. Other interests and hobbies of Turner include OSU football and all things OSU, adding continued quality to his cow herd. Your Reserve Maine and Jew is exhibited by Peyton Farmer of Brownstown, Indiana. Her parents are Shannon and Jason Farmer. Her animal's name is PDD Miss Fame 507, bred by Paul and Dana Dennert. Other interests of Peyton include photography. Your Reserve Maintainer exhibited by Ivy Fawcett, age 10, of Ree Heights, South Dakota. Parents' names are Daniel and Carrie Fawcett and Kyla Fawcett. Animal's name is Mindy, RKK Izzy 161J, and bred by Cassie Rice. Other interests of Ivy include basketball, volleyball, softball, shopping, and getting better at showmanship. The Reserve Red Angus is exhibited by Tucker Bayer, age 14, of Ringgold, Wisconsin. Parents' names are Scott and Maya Bayer. Animal's name is TC Fancy 09J, bred by Tucker Bayer and TC Reds. The Reserve Champion Shorthorn is exhibited by Miller Smith, age 20, of Pendleton, Indiana. Parents' names are Neil and Jennifer Smith. Animal's name is CF Dream Lady 140HC, bred by Kate's Farms. Miller is currently serving as Vice President of the American Junior Shorthorn Board. Your Reserve Champion Shorthorn Plus is exhibited by Samantha Van Voorhees, age 17, of Bowling Green, Ohio. Her parents' names are Dean and Michelle Van Voorhees. Animal name, CF Mona Lisa 136, bred by Kate's Farms and Ryan Wickard. Samantha's other interests include livestock judging, as she was high individual at the 2022 Ohio State Fair, and 2 Global Leadership Program. The Reserve Simmental female is exhibited by Hadley Hendrickson, age 15, of Farmland, Indiana. Her parents' names are Daniel and Tanida Hendrickson. Animal's name, JSOL TSCC Lady in Black 2181K, bred by Sullivan Farms and Schaefer Show Cattle. Other interests and hobbies include, besides show cattle, I also enjoy showing lambs, pigs, and goats, and enjoy playing high school and club volleyball. Your Reserve Percentage Simmental female is exhibited by Josie Phillips, age 14, of Maysville, Kentucky. Her parents are Keith and Lindsay Phillips. Animal's name is Wallace Travel Gal 172J, bred by Wallace Cattle Company. Josie also enjoys participating in FFA events, spending time with her friends and family. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all your Reserve champions for their respective breeds. Please give all these exhibitors a large round of applause. At this time, we will now be introducing your champions for their respective breeds. Your Grand Champion Angus female is exhibited by Sarah Rose Sullivan, age 20, of Dunlap, Iowa. Her parents are John and Dee Dee Sullivan. Animal's name is BBR Blackbird 372J, bred by Blind Badger Ranch. Sarah's other interests and hobbies include volunteering and hanging out with friends. The Grand AOB female is exhibited by Coldar Cunningham, age 8, of Darlington, Indiana. Parents are Jake and Shire Cunningham. Animal's name is TSSC Ready to Roll 1234J, also known as Candy, bred by Schaefer Show Cattle. And Coldar also enjoys baseball, four-wheelers, and hunting and fishing. Your Grand AOB American champion Zebu could not attend this evening, but is exhibited by Alyssa Gaspard of Aberville, Louisiana. Her parents are Mark and Alicia Gaspard. Animal's name was Paradise Islands Miss Cassie, bred by Paradise Islands Incorporated. Other interests of Alyssa include hunting and fishing. Your Grand Belted Galloway female is exhibited by Olivia Odley, age 20, of Exeter, Rhode Island. Parents' names are Vern and Teresa Oatley. The animal's name was Oatley's Farm Parati, bred by Victoria Oatley. Other interests of Olivia include spending time with her family, working cattle, and hiking with her dog as well. Your champion, Charlet, is exhibited by Carter Hogue, age 17, of Good Hope, Illinois. Parents of Carter are Mark and Katie Hogue. And the animal was also bred by Carter as well. Other interests of Carter include showing cattle and showing sheep and pigs, and he just finished playing football and is ready to kick off wrestling season. Your champion Key Angus female is exhibited by Samantha Van Voorhees, age 17, of Bowling Green, Ohio. Parents are Dana Michelle Van Voorhees. Animal name BMW Ace 2 355J, bred by Weingartner Klingeman Show Cattle. Other interests of Samantha include livestock judging, and as she was high senior individual at the 2022 Ohio State Fair, as well as the Global Leadership Program. Your champion Kianina female was exhibited by Sarah Rose Sullivan, age 20, of Dunlap, Iowa. Her parents are John and Dee Dee Sullivan. Animal's name was Preston's Ethel, bred by Schaefer Show Cattle and Carter Preston. Your grand champion Gelvie Balancer was exhibited by Hannah Wooten, age 20, of Star, South Carolina. Parents are Scott and Tricia Wooten. Animal's name GF Julie, bred by Hannah Wooten herself. Other interests include she's a senior in animal science at Clemson University. Your champion Hereford female is exhibited by Kinnick Paulson, age 15, of Preston, Iowa. Parents are Jeff and Cameron Paulson and Ryan and Jody Kilberg. Animal's name is Hawk Murphy, bred by Hawk Livestock. Other interests of Kinnick include basketball, football, 4-H, and FFA. Your champion limousine female is exhibited by John Crawford, age 16, of Big Pool, Maryland. His parents are Jason and Stacy Crawford. Animal's name JCRW Justice Classy 102J, bred by John himself. Your Grand Main Angus female is exhibited by Clara Ballinger, age 17, of Morovia, Iowa. Parents are Anthony and Mesbra Ballinger. Animal's name KBSC Iris, bred by Bremer and sold by Crawl. Your Grand Maine Jew female is exhibited by Kelton Arthur, age 14, of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Parents' names are Jared Arthur and Blaine Arthur. Animal's name is BBR JF447J, bred by Blind Badger Ranch. Kelton plays baseball, basketball, and runs cross country for Ripley High School. He is also a proud and active member of the Ripley FFA. Your Grand Maintainer female is exhibited by Hannah Schaub, age 19, of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Her parents are Mike and Judy Schaub. The animal's name is TJSC So Sweet 209J, bred by Jones Show Cattle. Hannah enjoys family, working with her cattle, and working as a phlebotomist. Your Grand Red Angus female is exhibited by Luke Borland, age 21, of Henning, Minnesota. Parents are Doug and Pam Borland, and the animal's name is BJF Sita 1049, bred by Luke himself. Luke enjoys his family and loves the Red Angus breed and enjoys traveling to those shows as a family. Your champion Shorthorn purebred female is exhibited by Kathy Lehman, age 21, of Shelby, Ohio. Her parent is Angie. Animal's name is Soul Special Rose 1151J, bred by Sullivan Farms. Your champion Shorthorn Plus female is exhibited by Houston Ferree, age 17, of Sullivan, Indiana. Parents are Mitch and Amber Ferree. Animal name CF KLS Dream On 221, bred by Sarah Sullivan. Houston also enjoys playing tennis and basketball. Your champion Simmental female is exhibited by Matthew Coverman, age 20, of Minford, Ohio. His parents are Mike and Amanda Coverman. Animal's name is BCII Annie 01J, bred by BCII Show Cattle. He attends The Ohio State University studying animal science and is a trustee for the AJSA and playing golf. Finally, your grand percentage Simmental females exhibited by Sarah Sullivan, 20, of Dunlap, Iowa. Her parents are John and Dee Dee Sullivan. Animal's name, J. Saw Her Majesty, 1260J, bred by Sarah herself. Sarah enjoys volunteering and hanging out with friends. Ladies and gentlemen, those are all your champions for their respective breeds. Please give those exhibitors a large round of applause and congratulations. At this time, we'd also like to introduce your judges for the selection of your Supreme Junior Heifer, Dr. Blake Bloomberg of Secor, Illinois. Blake is the lead livestock judging coach at Black Hawk East. He and his wife, Ravenna, and 4 children are currently active in the industry with showing livestock. We'd also like to introduce Mr. Jake Bloomberg, one of the co-judges today. Jake runs approximately 150 cows and sells Simmental, Angus, and seed stock cattle. Joining the 2 brothers is their mother, Mary Bloomberg, a devoted wife and mother and grandmother that resides in Berwick, Illinois, where she, with the help of her 2 sons, run Berwick Cattle Company. She has been an intensive care nurse for 30-plus years and loves to attend livestock shows. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the Bloomberg family. And ladies and gentlemen, to remember a gentleman that was lost way too soon earlier this year when we lost Mr. Jim Bloomberg. In his memory, that is also new this year, the North American is providing the Supreme Junior Heifer with the Jim Bloomberg Traveling Trophy. The time has never been more suitable, with Jim's two sons, Jake and Blake, judging here this evening, being accompanied by their mother Mary and sister Jamie. The Traveling Trophy is memorializing a man that left an impact not just on his family and friends, but also at the North American and judging in the show ring and in the Simmental breeds. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for the Bloomberg family.
What an honor it was to judge Supreme Heifer. I spent my whole life raising cattle and being an intensive care nurse for 40 years. My daughter said 30, but it was 40. And this is what I did for vacation. I brought my kids here. We spent a week here on the green shavings. I raised them, and I'm so very lucky, Jim and I are, that they love the industry as much as we do. You see, Jim was an ordinary man. He was no different than any of you here. He just kept trying to breed better cattle, and what made him extraordinary was just the way he made people feel. I've never heard anybody say a bad word about Jim, and we just miss him terrible at the farm, but I'm so proud of my family, so proud they all have the desire to be in this industry along with their siblings. And then what really is the icing on the cake is our grandchildren. Our grandchildren have had the same love to be in the industry that we are, and that really made Jim happy. So thank you so much for this honor. Thank you, North American. We love Louisville.
Well, in Jimbo's fashion, we'll make it short and sweet because you don't really care what I have to say. You just want to see who makes top 5 female. It's a great honor and a great privilege for you guys to, the North American, to nominate this Supreme Heifer show underneath my father's name. And we couldn't be more proud as a family and just more humbled, just in general. I still remember when I was a young kid, and me and my dad, we'd come here and he'd take me off, a week from school, and we'd stall way out in the boonies, way in the farthest part, but we have to leave the earliest just so we could stall right next to Doug Satry and that crew. And that's just the simple things that I'll never forget, never leave my mind. I was fortunate enough to be out in the Grand Drive one time. That was before we picked the reserve or the top 5, but I was fortunate enough to be out here one time, and it's a great honor and a great privilege. And I compliment all the juniors that are out here and all the exhibitors and all the breeders along ringside or they're watching online. This is awesome, and the cattle are awesome. I fist bumped all the kids and told them congratulations because it is a great accomplishment and a great honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys offering the opportunity to us, and thank you so much for remembering my father in this great way.
Would not describe myself as an overly emotional person, but watching that video tribute to my dad is really tough. He was, he was special to a lot of us. And, when I got that call on May 19th, I think we were all in shock. And my mom called me 3 times in a row. And if you know my mom, that's not nothing new. She calls me a lot, and we talk a lot. But I could just tell in her voice something was wrong. And Jake called me and told me the news. And, I would tell you that the people who sit right in these stands and then back here in the back and all around that reached out to us, that's what got us through. And I don't know if we'll ever get over it. We have to learn to try to live with it. But there's the old saying that said, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And I appreciate the North American for thinking enough of our dad and our husband and our grandpa to name the Supreme Heifer that he coveted so much after him and to help his legend live on. And I want to thank Charlie Boyd and the entire staff that had a hand in that. Allowing 3 Bloombergs to judge is a little dangerous in the sense that we don't always agree on everything. I think we're like a pretty typical family, and we came to agreements pretty fast on the one that I think is going to end up being our Supreme. And there's some differences out here. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the top of the top, and we know that. This is the pinnacle of cattle evaluation out here, and the Supreme Junior Heifer is so coveted. We got to make some calls out here, and you know, there's some give and take. Anybody that tells you they agree 100% is lying to you when they stand out here, because there is some cussing and discussing. I'd be remiss if we didn't thank our family who is here. Our grandmother, who has never missed a show, that always sat in her lucky seat in Louisville, is here. Jake's girlfriend is here. Our niece, our Jake and I's cousin and mom's niece, Macy Hazen, and then of course my sister Jamie. And then the best pig feeder in America is sitting over there, my wife, who I couldn't do what I do without, because she takes care of things while I'm gone at home and on the road with the judging team. So this is an honor. I'm sure there's going to be people that are a little grumpy with us, but at the end of the day, we came out here to honor our dad, and he was a legend in the livestock industry. There's no doubt about it. She talked about him being self-made, and he was. He grew up in town. He was 16 years old and started riding his bike out to Jim Horsley's and got involved in the cattle business. I don't know how he could be any more self-made than that. So we miss him every day. The grandkids, I'm sure, are watching. I know Hazen's here to show her goats, and Brecken's heifers. We sat out of the junior show. But I want you to know how much we appreciate each and every one of you that reached out to us. And please, if you got a story, call us, share it with us. He's a far-reaching man, and we sure miss him every day. So let's give them all a great big round of applause. We'll go out and get you some Supreme champions and some top 5s. Thank you.
And your Supreme Junior Heifer out of the percentage Simmental division goes to entry number 155, exhibited by Sarah Rose Sullivan. Your reserve Supreme Champion Junior Heifer at your 2022 North American goes to entry number 57 out of the Charolais division, exhibited by Carter Hogue. Your third overall female goes to entry number 39 from your main and Jude division, exhibited by Kelton Arthur. Your fourth overall female out of your Hereford division goes to entry number 193, exhibited by Kinnick Paulson. And your fifth overall female goes out of your maintainer division, goes to entry number 95, Hannah Schaub. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your top 5 females and the rest of the exhibitors here in the rings a large round of applause on behalf of the North American International Livestock Exposition. Thank you so much for your attention, and we'll see you all tomorrow.